Hey guys, it's Ginger Ricochet. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be taking a look at what if Switzerland formed an empire. Oh, whoops, my bad. Yeah, as I said, we're looking at what if Switzerland formed an empire. Alright, so Switzerland will be being buffed, and yeah, that's really all you need to know. NATO does not exist, EU does not exist, UN not exist. Anything that would hold back Switzerland from getting their goals does not exist. So yeah. So first thing Switzerland will do is Liechtenstein does not exist anymore. So yeah. All right. Next thing they're gonna do is invade Austria. They will have a very nice time going through Austria's flatlands over here. I'm just kidding. These are like the most mountainous parts because the Alpine mountains, going like that. Well, more like that, but yeah, they're mountain people. Austria has mountain people. So fighting, yeah. But Austria eventually gets pushed so far back that they just surrender. Their capital was not taken, but they saw that they were going to lose, so they just decided to just take the L on that one. So Switzerland fully annexes Austria, and their next course of action is to move their troops over to the border of Slovenia. So they declare war on Slovenia, which ropes Croatia into this war. They convince Albania to join on their side. Just kidding. Albania wouldn't do that too far. But yeah, now Switzerland has to fight two things at once. So they start invading into the northernmost of Slovenia. They capture their capital, and Slovenia surrenders. Just kidding. But they basically start to collapse, and Croatian troops are just now arriving. So as they get pushed back, this little thing is taken, and they are cut in half. This bottom part down here is the first to surrender, and then eventually the top part just signs for peace, and Switzerland accepts the peace deal. So looking at the peace treaty, it would just be Slovenia full annexation, and then these parts of Croatia down in the south and west of the country. These parts over here. Like that. So now Switzerland's looking a little bit beefy. So yeah, we next see them go after. We next see them get in an alliance with Germany. They ally with Germany, and then they declare war on Italy. And yeah, Italy's an interesting situation because some countries like it, some countries don't. But for the sake of this, we're just gonna have no allies for Italy. So Switzerland starts moving through the Alps because they're mountain people, and eventually they cut Italy off from France, moving down their coast as well. They capture one of the major cities of Italy. I forget what it was called, but I know it's a really major city in Italy. They eventually snake their way down to What do you mean? What's San Marino? It doesn't exist. But they eventually sneak down the coast so much that Italy is just like, oh, we gotta lock in. And they do a huge counteroffensive that goes very well, and eventually they get so far that they start to push ever so slowly into the Slovenian parts of Switzerland now. Um, and yeah, but that's as far as their counteroffensive gets, as they're immediately pushed back by German troops that have been sent in by Germany, and they have been pushed all the way back. The Alps are being conquered by Switzerland, and eventually the entire northern half of Italy falls to Switzerland, and Switzerland decides to sign for peace, offered to sign for peace as they get faster and faster and going down, and Italy accepts the peace deal. So looking at this peace treaty that we have signed, we see Italy getting slapped around. I said you don't exist. Again, we have Italy being slapped around as their entire northern half is taken, as well as all this area over here. They also get Sardinia taken from them. And yeah, so that is what Switzerland gets out of this. And Switzerland is pretty happy about this, but they're also kind of sad that they didn't get much more land. But their army reserves were running a little bit low, so they decided to sign for peace so that more people wouldn't die. Just kidding, they don't care about human life, they just want more land. So Switzerland stays put for a while. They chill out. And eventually people start to forget that Switzerland was even going on an empire spree. But that is until they learned that they were just bulking up their military this whole time, and bam, 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 bam. Huge Balkan and also Czechoslovakian war. Germany was in on this. They've been bolstering up their military as well. And so, yeah. Swiss troops that were lined on the border of all these countries flood in at an alarming rate. The Croatian part of Bosnia and Herzegovina falls. The Croatian part of Croatia falls. And eventually, so does the Serbian part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, as they fall entirely. Montenegro falls. A naval landing is made in southern Albania as they are distracted with the north, as they are doing a pretty good job in actually pushing back. But eventually, as they get fully captured, that happens. North Macedonia surrenders, Kosovo surrenders. Czechia, and Slovakia get invaded by Germany as they do a huge sweeping campaign through them. Czechia falls within a few days. Slovakia falls within a few weeks. And eventually, Hungary decides to surrender, and Serbia just decides to negotiate for peace. But not after getting their top part taken and their bottom part taken. So yeah, looking at the peace deal here, we will be seeing a lot of land gains by the Swiss and Germans. Germany will be getting all of Czechia and a little bit of northern Slovakia. That looked horrible. And that is all Germany is getting because that is all that they did in the war. But they are happy with that because they got what they wanted out of the war. And then now we get the interesting part. We now get Switzerland's peace treaty. They decide to get the areas of Serbia that they had captured. They take over this half of North Macedonia. They take that part of Albania, and then the rest they just fully annex. They don't fully annex Hungary. They leave a little bit off, but it's just that much. And the rest is now Swiss. They do leave a puppet state down here. They leave a puppet state of Albania, North Macedonia, Montenegro, and Kosovo. But that is the peace treaty for that huge Balkan war. Switzerland's OP. You don't mess with Switzerland. They're neutral for a reason. So that is that part done. They do decide, I forgot to mention, they do decide to puppet the rest of Hungary and the rest of Serbia. North Macedonia is left to their dismay to be pieced up by Bulgaria and Greece. So Bulgaria just gets that part. Greece gets the bottom part. It's not that hard to understand what they're doing. And then Greece also decides to invade and annex the rest of Albania. And Switzerland's looking pretty big right now. And that is going to do it for today's video. What if Switzerland made an empire? If you enjoyed this video, which you probably didn't, it's very short, and also I suck at recording. I needed to go to the bathroom for like half of this. But if you enjoyed this video somehow, how, one, and also number two, thank you. I will see you all in the next video. JJ Ricochet, out.